everybody, welcome to Barre with Mary. Today we have an inner thighs and glutes focused class. We'll be down on the mat for the entire class. For equipment, you're going to be using a Pilates ball. If you don't have a Pilates ball, no worries. You could also grab a pillow off of your couch or your bed or whatever and fold it in half so it's about the width of a Pilates ball and has that little bit of give. Honestly, that'll work perfectly fine for this class because we just are using it for a little bit of challenge on the hamstrings and a little bit more of a challenge for the inner thighs. Once you have all of your equipment, go ahead and join me on your back, down on your mat. Just set the ball out of your way, but make sure you can still grab it easily when we're ready for it. We're going to take the feet as wide as the mat, walk your arms out into a cactus shape, and then just start to windshield wiper the legs from side to side, nice and slow. Just taking a moment here, connecting with your breath, letting go of whatever else you have going on today, and just focusing on this 30 minutes that's just for you. Feeling this internal and external rotation of the legs, this nice little twisting through the low spine, nice opening across the front of the hip. One more time either direction. Then meet me center, knees pointing up to the ceiling. Walk your feet in hips distance. Hug your left knee to your chest. Grab a hold of the back of the left thigh. And we're going to take some hamstring kicks here. Just stretching the leg towards straight and bending the knee in. And if your leg doesn't get straight, it's really not a big deal. I just want you to feel this opening through the back of the hamstrings. In this first series, we're going to be using the ball behind the knee, and that's going to give a lot of extra challenge to the hamstrings. So taking a moment just to elongate here. 2 more. Last time. Lower the left foot down to the mat. We'll switch sides. The right knee pulls into the chest. Grab a hold of the back of the thigh. Hamstring kicks. And one side is probably going to be less flexible than the other. Totally normal. This is my less flexible side. Just breathing here. Try to relax your shoulders and your face. 4 more times. Last 2. Last one. Lower the right foot down and then roll onto your left side. We're going to jump right into this workout. So prop yourself up on your left forearm so that your left elbow and your left hip are in line with each other. Sweep your legs forward to a 90-degree angle. So knees are in line with hips and then feet are in line with your knees. From here, grab your ball and bring it back behind your right knee crease, okay? Lift the right leg to a hover and be sure the right leg is in parallel. So ankle, knee, and hip are all in line with each other. From here, keep the body still to start to press the right leg back behind you and then sweep the right leg forward. Exhale, press it back. Inhale, sweep it forward. Keep going like that. So here, right away, starting to isolate into the right leg. So we're working into the right hamstring and the right glute. What you'll notice though is you also have to find some abdominal engagement here in order to stay lengthened and lifted through the upper body. So really push down into your left forearm, soften through your left shoulder, and feel how your left side obliques have to lift up here in order to maintain the length through both sides of the waist. As we slide the right leg back, we're opening up through the front of the right hip, getting that hip extension. And as we sweep it forward, we're getting hip flexion, bending at that hip crease. 2 more times, sweep it forward, sweep it back. Last one forward. Now we're gonna hold the back and just squeeze the ball. Go squeeze and squeeze and squeeze. So here we're pressing the right thigh back so the front of the right hip is open. Now I want you to be sure that as you're pressing the right thigh back, you're not arching into the low back. So the abdominals are really active and your front low ribs are knitting together here. Continue to press down into your left forearm and really soften your left shoulder away from your ear. As you squeeze into the ball, you're gonna feel the backside of your right leg really light up. Those are your hamstrings. 8 more, go. 8, 6, 4, 3. Hold the squeeze on the ball. We're gonna take internal rotation and pause. So internal rotation, the right knee is gonna rotate down towards the mat and the right heel is gonna lift up towards the ceiling. This right thigh bone is rotating in and down. Now find the opposite, external rotation. So right knee lifts up towards the sky and right heel lowers down. So the right thigh is rotating up to the ceiling. Take your hand to your right hip, keep it there and keep going with this internal rotation and external rotation. Internal and external. And notice with your hand on your hip, can you keep your hip still? So this rotation is not coming because your right hip is rocking forward and back. This rotation is coming because your thigh bone is rotating in your hip socket. You're continuing to squeeze the ball, and as you rotate knee down, heel goes up. As you rotate heel down, knee goes up. Knee down, heel down. 4 more. Down. And switch. 3 more. Keep breathing and continue to press your right thigh back. 2 more times. Internal, external. Last time, internal, external. Now hold the leg at parallel. So again, ankle, knee, and hip are in line with each other. You can take your right hand back to the mat if you'd prefer. Trace little circles with your right knee. It does not matter the direction because we're going to go both ways. Just tracing tiny little circles here with the right knee. Continuing to squeeze the ball. Trace little circles for 4, 3, 2, switch. Go the other direction, trace little circles. Feeling the front of the right hip nice and open. Feeling the abdominals lifting and really engaging through the left side obliques here. Soften your left shoulder. Go 4. You're almost done. 3, 2, hold it right there. Squeeze the ball. Press your right thigh back even more. And from here, just pulse the right thigh up 1 inch. Little up, little lift, little lift. You've got it. Up and up. I want you to squeeze the ball even more. We're about to transition onto our backs. So see if you can get a little higher in the right leg. See if you can reach your right thigh a little longer, and then pull the right heel just a little closer to your seat. You're here for 16, 15. We're gonna hold it. Continue to breathe. Shoulders and hips stay stacked. 8 more, go. 8, 6. Here for 4, 3, 2. Hold it right there. Squeeze the ball. Lift the right thigh even higher, and then really press into the left forearm and squeeze the ball even deeper. Hold right here. 4, 3, 2. Lower the right leg, grab the ball, and flip over onto your back. Head comes down to the mat. The ball is going to come in between your thighs. Now, feet are going to be hips distance here, driving your heels down into the mat. I want you to squeeze the ball, push your heels down, squeeze the glutes, and lift up to a bridge position. Pause. Really drive your heels down into the mat. Relax your face, relax your shoulders, and then squeeze in on the ball. We're going to inhale, lower, release the squeeze on the ball. Exhale, lift, squeeze in on the ball in that bridge position. Inhale, soften and lower the hips. Exhale, squeeze and lift. A little faster. Go. It's down, squeeze, lift. Down and up. Keep going like that in this full range bridge position. So in this bridge, we're going to continue to work the glutes and the hamstrings, but now we're going to incorporate a fair bit of inner thigh work as well. So every time you lift the hips, you're going to squeeze in on the ball and feel how the inner thighs and the pelvic floor can really engage here, zipping up through the inseam of the legs, feeling the pelvic floor draw in and up towards the belly button with every exhale. You have 4 more like that. Go. 4, 3, 2. Last time. Down. Hold the up. Just squeeze the ball. Little squeeze, little squeeze, little squeeze. You've got it. Relax the shoulders. Relax the head and neck. And then be sure you're not lifting so high in your bridge that you're arching into the low back. Keep the ribs knitting in and down. And feel the length through the sides of the waist as you draw your pubic bone towards your belly button. So we're really active in the abdominals here. 8 more squeezes. 8, 6, go. 4, 3, 2, hold it there. Pulse the hips a little up, little up, little up. So keep squeezing the ball. Drive down into your heels. Now keep going with these pulses. Just lift your left heel to hover off of the mat. The right foot stays flat. Push down into your right heel and feel how much more activation you get into your right hamstring. 8 more lifts right here. Go. 8, 6, go. 4, 3, 2, hold it right there. Inhale. On your exhale, squeeze the ball and kick your left leg straight. Hold your left leg straight so it's out on this diagonal. From here, just squeeze in on the ball. Go. It's in and in and in. Keep the hips lifted. Notice when your left leg extended, did your left hip bone drop? Try to keep it up in line with the right hip, driving down into the right heel here and squeezing into the right glute. Go 8. Go 6. Go 4, 3. Hold the squeeze on the ball. Inhale. Exhale, push your right heel down. Lift the hips a little higher, and then try to pop the ball between your thighs. Hold 4, 3, 2. Lower the left leg down to the mat. Lower the hips down. Take the ball out and hug your knees into your chest, taking a moment to breathe before we reverse that whole series on the second side. Maybe you hug your knees a little wider towards your armpits, just getting a little release for the inner thighs. Big breath in here, and a big breath out. All right, we've got a second side to do. You can just roll over onto your right side. I'm gonna flip around so that I'm still facing you. Coming onto the right side of the body, propping yourself up on the right forearm, and then sliding your knees forward, coming to this 90-degree angle. So right elbow and right hip are in line with each other. Bring the ball behind your left knee and bring the left leg up to hover here. So hip, knee, and ankle are in line with each other. Shoulders are stacked, hips are stacked, and from here we just press the left leg back and sweep the left leg forward. Exhale, you press it back, and inhale, you sweep it forward. Keep going like that. So, setting ourselves up for this second side. Really feeling how the right forearm has to push down into the mat, and the right shoulder has to draw away from your ear in order to maintain length through both sides of the waist. So it can be really tempting to kind of collapse into the bottom side. But what that does is shorten the top side waist and really create a lot less work for the seat. And it's much more about collapsing in the abdominals and in the spine, right? So really try to stay long and lifted here. Relax through the shoulders. And now bringing the focus into this left side seat and the left side hamstrings. So squeezing the ball behind the knee, staying lifted and parallel with the left leg. 4 more times, sweep it forward, sweep it back. 3 more. Last 2. Last time. Now hold the left knee back and just squeeze the ball. Go squeeze and squeeze and squeeze. So again, we're in hip extension now. So the front of the left hip is nice and open. We're pressing the left thigh back behind us. Feeling how when you press the left leg back, you're doing that by squeezing the glutes, not by arching into the low back. So the ribs are knitting together and the abdominals are staying really strong here. 8 more squeezes. 8, 6, go 4, 3. Hold the squeeze. Internal rotation of the left leg holds. So left knee points down, left heel lifts up. The hip is not moving. It's the left thigh rotating in and down. We'll find external rotation, pause. So now the knee lifts up, the heel taps down, and again, the hip stays still. It's the thigh bone that rotates up to the ceiling. Keep going like that. Internal, external. Knee down, heel down. Now, if you liked it on the first side, take your left hand to your left hip and just double check. Pelvis is not rocking forward and back, so this hip is not moving. It's the thigh bone that's rotating in the socket. That might make this movement way smaller. That's totally fine. Okay, I'd much rather it be smaller and really working into the muscles of your glutes, into the rotator muscles, into all the muscles, the little teeny muscles that support your hip joint, than to have you make this really big, but do that by rocking and rolling through your pelvis. Continue to press the left thigh back here. So we're still working into the glutes and into the hamstrings. Go 4 more. Go 3. 2 more times, rotate down, rotate up. Last time, down. Up, now maintain parallel. So ankle, knee, and hip are back in line with each other. It's little circles with the left knee, and go little circle and little circle. So like you have a pen on the end of your left knee, you're just tracing a tiny little circle with it. Continuing to squeeze in on the ball, feeling the hamstring activation here. Go 4, 3, 2, last time, switch. Go the other direction, little circle. little circle. So I'm hoping you're feeling a lot of work into the outer left glute here, into the outer left hip, and into the left hamstring. Continue to press down into the right forearm and stay along through the spine. You're here for 4. One more variation in 3. Go 2. Last time, hold it there. Squeeze the ball. Press your left thigh back a little more and pulse the left thigh up and up. You've got it. Lift and lift. Really push into the right forearm. Lift through the right side obliques. And then elongate out through the left thigh. So really reach the knee away from you here. You're here for 16, 15. We'll hold it. 12. Keep breathing. 8, 6. Go 4, 3, 2. Here's your hold. Squeeze the ball. Lengthen the leg away from you and lift it up a little higher. Hold here for 4, 3, 2. Lower the left leg down, grab the ball, and we're going to come onto our backs. Back into that bridge position. Again, bringing the ball in between the thighs. Feet are hips distance. Driving down into your heels. Rest your arms at your side. Now you're going to take a breath in. As you exhale, squeeze the ball, squeeze the seat, and lift up to that bridge position. Pause right there. Be sure that your feet are hips distance. Be sure that you're pushing your heels down. And then double check you're not arching into your back here. You're really strong through the abdominals. Now inhale, release the squeeze on the ball, lower the hips. Exhale, squeeze the ball, lift up. Faster, go, it's down, squeeze, lift. Lower and lift. So every time we lift the hips, we're actively pulling our thighs in on the ball. So we're still working seat, we're still working hamstrings, and now we're factoring in some inner thigh work, which as you activate the adductors or the inner thighs, you're also going to use your exhale to activate and lift the pelvic floor. So a little bit of bonus deep core work here as well. You have 4 more here. Go 4, 3, 2. Last time down. Hold the up, just squeeze the ball. Little squeeze, little squeeze, little squeeze. You've got it. And now double check here, your face and your neck are soft. Your shoulders are soft and away from your ears. Spine is long, and we're pushing into the heels. 8 more squeezes, go, it's 8, 6, go 4, 3, hold the squeeze on the ball, pulse the hips up and up, little lift, keep going with these pulses, just float your right heel off of the mat. So ball of the right foot stays down, left foot is driving down into the floor here. Now as you pulse, and as you lifted your right heel, notice how your right hip stayed in line with your left. That's what we want as we come to this next variation, okay? Go 8, 6, go 4, 3, 2, hold it right there, inhale. On your exhale, kick your right leg out to straight and hold it so it's out on the diagonal. Start to squeeze in on the ball, go in and in and in. Left heel is driving down into the mat, left seat is squeezing. Even though you lifted your right leg, be sure that you didn't drop your right hip. We're squeezing in on the ball with both thighs. You're here for 8, 6, go 4, 3, 2, hold it there, push into the left heel. Squeeze the ball even more, and then maybe lift the hips up 1 more inch. You're here for 4, 3, 2, now stay with me, keep your hips lifted, just bring your right foot down to the mat. Squeeze the ball between your thighs. Hips are lifted in that bridge position. Readjust your feet as you need. Squeeze in on the ball. We're gonna float both heels off of the mat and lower the heels back down. Again, the heels lift, the heels lower. Now as you lift the heels, I want you to really actively squeeze the ball. Inhale, lower. Exhale, squeeze and lift. Inhale, lower. So we're continuing to work the glutes. Now, it's gonna be a whole boatload of inner thighs to finish this class, okay? You've got this. Just try to keep your hips lifted the whole time. I know you can. 4 more times. Lift the heels and lower. 3 more, go lift. A little bit of bonus calf work too, right? 2 more, it's lift and lower. Now lift your heels, hold that lift, and we're gonna go back to full range. Inhale, lower the seat. Exhale, squeeze and lift the hips. Inhale, lower. Exhale, squeeze the ball, lift. So heels continue to hover off of the mat. And you do actually get to lower your seat here, okay? So take a little moment to breathe, then re-engage as you lift. Inhale, you lower. Exhale, squeeze and lift. 4 more. 3 more, go down. Squeeze, lift. 2 more times, it's down. Squeeze, lift. Last one, down. Now hold the lift. Just squeeze the ball in and in and in. Continuing to hover the heels just an inch or 2 off of the mat. If at any point that hover is too much for you, you can always lower the heels back down, okay? Relax the face, relax the shoulders, squeeze the ball in and in and in and in. You're here for 8, 7, 6, 5. You're here for 4, 3, 2. Hold the squeeze on the ball, maybe. Float your arms up to the sky. From here, we're gonna squeeze the ball and we're gonna pulse the hips up to finish. Go a little up, little squeeze, little squeeze. So we're drawing the inner thighs together. We're pushing down into the big toe mound and into the pinky toe mound. And then we're squeezing the seat to lift the hips up 1 inch. We go a little up, little up. With the arms lifted, try to relax your shoulders down into the mat here. Relax your face. Keep taking deep breaths. Continue to squeeze in on the ball, go up and up. You've got this, up and up. You're here for 16, 15. Final hold for class on deck, go 12. Keep squeezing the ball, go 8, 6. We hold it in 4, 3, 2. Here's your hold, inhale. On your exhale, I want you to squeeze the ball with everything you have. I want you to squeeze your seat and lift your hips up 1 more inch. Relax your shoulders. Relax your face and then squeeze it on the ball just a little bit more. This is it, this is class. Hold right here for 4. Squeeze deeper, 3. It's 2. Whew, lower the hips down, lower the heels down, take the ball, get it out of your way, and then hug your knees into your chest. Maybe take a moment, hug them wide, opening up the inner thighs. Whew, amazing work. Big inhale. And a big exhale. Take your hands to the tops of your shins and just trace slow, gentle circles here, releasing the low back, releasing and opening the inner thighs. Does not matter the direction because we're going to switch in just a moment. And right there, switch. We'll go the other way. Gentle little circles. Let some movement come into your low back here. Just let this feel really good. And then from there, we'll cross right ankle over left thigh, figure 4 stretch. Either left foot is down on the mat, or if you have a little bit more mobility in your hips and you want to lift up, grabbing a hold of the back of the left thigh, feel free to do that. Breathing here into the outer left hip, outer right hip and right glute. Big inhales and big exhales. Feeling the right inner thigh pressing open. Relaxing the shoulders. Let's take 1 more big breath here. And let it go. And we'll switch sides. Left ankle over right thigh. Right foot can be down on the mat. Or if you have that flexibility and you want to lift up, grabbing a hold of the back of the right thigh, feel free to do that. Make sure your shoulders are still resting down on the mat. And the left inner thigh is pressing away from you here. Big breath in. And out. One more time, breathe it in. Let it go. And then hug both knees into the chest and extend both legs straight up to the ceiling, hamstring stretch. Your arms can rest in this cactus shape, or if you want, you can grab a hold of the backs of the thighs, pulling the legs a little closer towards you. So either making this an active hamstring stretch or making it more of a legs up the wall position where we're just kind of releasing through the backs of the legs, letting the blood flow out of the legs, back down into the mid-body, giving the feet and the ankles a little breather. Big inhale. And exhale. Bend the knees into the chest. Find your way up to a seated position, however that is most comfortable for you to get there. And once you're there, inhale to scoop the arms up. Exhale to let it go. And that is your class for today. Amazing work. I hope you're feeling really strong and activated through the lower body. I'll be back next week with a brand new Barre with Mary class, so make sure you subscribe, like, comment. I love to hear from you, and I can't wait to meet you back here on the mat next week.